guys, my name is Juliet Ambali and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is not your first time, thank you so much for deciding to come and watch my vlog, and please kindly click on the subscribe button below so that you can always get to watch my vlogs and join my family online. Thank you so much. And if this is not your first time, you know how grateful I am. I am deeply grateful. Thank you for your consistency, for always watching and for always supporting with your encouraging words. They mean a lot to me. God bless you real good. So on to the subject for today. So I decided to talk about something very crucial that has been of great benefit to me in recent times, and it's on the subject of doing God's will. Like really understanding what it means to do God's will, or the essence of doing God's will, and how to find that longing, that complete satisfaction and joy that we all look for in several places just by doing God's will. Now the thing is this: over time you realize that you find out that in symposiums, in public gatherings, even in small talks, you hear that the focus is largely on finding self-fulfillment, or finding ways, different channels in which we can have personal satisfaction or joy. And that's not bad. That's not a bad thing at all. But the thing is that the focus is more on self-sufficiency these days. That is almost as if the God factor is being alienated, or people no longer try to look for a way to connect God to the things that we do. Now that's the foundation of our problem. The fact that we are beginning to focus largely on how we can bring about that satisfaction just by ourselves, or how we can achieve whatever it is that we want to achieve, or the end goal for whatever it is that we're chasing, so that we can find satisfaction, comfort, joy. And then these symposiums or these public gatherings or these discussions are not putting God into the focus, and it is really affecting us. So now the point is this: am I then saying that if God is the main factor, if doing God's will is all that will give us complete joy and satisfaction, we shouldn't chase after our personal wants or our personal dreams so that we can be fulfilled personally? No, that's not the point I'm trying to drive at. It's far from it, totally far from it. The point I'm trying to drive out is this: as humans, there's something that we should know. We should know that we can never find whatever it is, that satisfaction or that completeness or that perfection that we are looking for. We can never find it all by ourselves. That's the truth. The truth is that we were created not just to find things for ourselves, not so that we can achieve all those things that we are seeking to achieve alone, but so that we can bring glory to God's name. We are created for the Maker. That's the first thing. In understanding how to do God's will, the first step that we are supposed to take is to first of all understand. If you come to the understanding or the knowledge of the understanding of the fact that we were created for the Maker, we were created for the Creator, we were created for God. Like, let me use a simple example so that you understand it. The carpenter made the furniture so that, not just so that I can sit on the chair, or not just so that I can make use of the furniture and store things inside, if it's a cupboard for instance, or not just for my personal aesthetics. It's so that in the long run, when people appreciate, or when I'm comfortably sitting on the chair, I remember, oh, this carpenter did a very great job on this work. Oh, this carpenter designed this furniture perfectly. Do you get? And so it's the same for, let's say, a potter or even a chef. When a chef cooks, and even no matter how delicious or how nice the meal is, people still want to give credit to who made the meal. Do you understand my point? So we're not independent of God. That's the first thing we should know. We're created for God's glory. So if you begin to channel your mind, if you begin to look at it from that light or from that direction, you begin to realize that, okay, whatever it is that I am doing, I have to make sure that it is these two ways. It is either I am bringing it before God, or it is either I am, whatever it is that I am doing is already, I'm in line with what God wants me to do. Do you get? That's the way I've come to see it in recent times. We were created for the maker. We're not created for ourselves. We're not created so that I will just come here and enjoy myself and just do things myself. No, I'm not saying that we're not going to get all those things. Those things are there. Definitely we'll get all those things. But for you to have complete satisfaction, for you to have true joy, first come to the knowledge of, or the understanding of the fact that we are created for God's purpose. We are created for God. So now, since I know that I am created for God, or I am created for God's glory, automatically I'll begin to want to get closer to Him, know what He wants, know His real intentions for my life, know why He created me in the first place. Do you understand? So that knowledge is very important. That knowledge is very important. Not having that knowledge is just like someone floating, or someone is like, it's not fantasy, so to say, but it's like floating in the air, not having any direction. That's how it is like. Seriously, that's how it is like. And sometimes for some people, it's some hard times in life or some realities of life that make them come to the realization of that. But if you can get that realization even without having to wait till you face hard times or face situations, it's better for you. Do you get? So it is very important to understand that we are created for God's glory. That's one easy step in being able to get to understand how to go about doing God's will. Having that knowledge. That's one. Another point is the fact that modernism or modernization, science, technology is making us think that it's making us discover and do so many things that we're beginning to almost think that we can do everything by ourselves, that we don't need God. We can do everything by ourselves. But it's not true. We need God more today than we ever needed Him. Like, we need God extremely well. Like, you hear so many people bring so many questions, so many, like, people are curious, and you hear people ask questions like, so if I have to do God's will, like, if there's really a God, why are bad things happening to people? Like, why do I have to go through bad times? If God has a perfect plan for my life, why can't He just fix me in that plan and let everything go smoothly? But no, that's not how life is. You will not even value the great times you have if you don't go through some downs. Do you get? So understand that first, you can't do anything by your own self completely. We can't completely get everything that we want by ourselves. We need God in our lives. We need, as simple as you just want to go down the street to get something. It's not bad if you tell God, oh Lord, I need to just walk down. Like, we need to understand and know God to that extent. We need that relationship with God. We need to make Him know that we need Him badly. We need Him. We can't do anything by ourselves. We can't do anything of our own accord. That we need Him in our lives to direct every aspect of our lives, no matter how little it is. So when you first have the knowledge of the understanding of the fact that we are created for God's glory, the second thing is you need to know that we can't do anything by ourselves, and we need to make God understand that we need Him. God can operate without us, so to say. Yes, it's biblical. He can decide to take the stones or take any other thing to use to get His glory. But no, we need God. God wants us to need Him. We need Him. It is very, very important to have that understanding that we need God. We can't do everything by ourselves. Bad things are happening. Bad things. Today we hear about earthquakes and all that, but it's just a matter of time. It's not something that we are oblivious of. We've already been told. We've been told that things like that will happen in the last days before our Savior comes. So let those things not be the reason why we will say let's seek to go and do things by our own selves. Since let's not be the motivation for putting God aside and trying to get things to yourself. You always, even if it seems as though you are succeeding, at some point you may just come to a blockage, like you won't be able to go past there, and then remember that you need God. But that's not what you want, really. it's not like, it's not so beautiful to get to that desperate point when you need God, seriously. But when you know that all along you've been walking with him step by step, or you've been taking every little step with him, when those trying times come, you understand that, oh, okay, it's part of it. And then, as painful as those times may be, you will find yourself rejoicing and thanking God that those times are the way that they are, because you know that no matter what happens, he has the best plan for you in the end. So have the knowledge and the understanding of the fact that God created you for his glory. Come to the knowledge of the understanding of the fact that you need God and that you cannot do everything by yourself. Those are tiny or subtle or steps that we may not really conceive, that we know that we may not really conceive, that would help us to be able to understand the importance of why we need to do God's will. So lastly, when you have these two understanding, it becomes way easier. You begin to want to know more about God. You begin to want to have a deeper relationship with God, so that you begin to know, whether through studying his word or through praying or however means it is that he communicates things to you, you begin to hear him tell you about his will for your life. Do you get? So you begin to want to have a deeper relationship with God, and by so doing, you realize that when you are pursuing a goal, even when you are playing, even when you are chasing your hobbies, or when you are finding pleasure, you've somehow realized that you are tying God to every single aspect of your life. You are tying God to every single detail of your life, and that is key. That is very, very important. You begin to, like, God becomes the umbrella over your life. Nothing happens to you, or nothing, you don't do anything without his knowledge. That way you begin to understand what God's will for your life is, because you become closer to God. You get to know him better. Do you get? So those are the few key points that I have been able to realize over time about how to do God's will. So let me recap. In being able to do God's will, you have to first of all have the knowledge of the understanding of the fact that you can't always have your way, or you can't always do your own will, simply because you're not created so you can just please yourself. You're created for God's glory. And if you have that knowledge, you want to have a deeper relationship with God, so that you can hear from him through however means it is that he communicates with you, and so that you can be able to listen to what it is that he has in store for you, so that you can follow it and get all that satisfaction and joy that you desire in his will. I hope this vlog is very insightful. Somehow the next point that I will make would almost be the same. It will almost be on it will almost revolve around the vlog that I'm supposed to put up next week, which is on why you shouldn't wait till you have the things that you want to be happy. If I decide to delve deeper, I would almost say that I almost discuss everything that I'm supposed to discuss for next week. So let me leave it till then. You find complete satisfaction and complete joy in doing God's will. That's the truth. You find complete satisfaction and complete joy in doing God's will. The things that we do for ourselves, the things that we chase by ourselves, or the things that we think will make us happy by ourselves, won't. That's the truth. They won't if God is not there, if God is not involved, if it is not in his will. Do you understand? So that's that about that, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on the link to watch this vlog. I'm deeply grateful. Like I said earlier on, do have a lovely weekend and week ahead. God bless you so much. I hope that you stay in his perfect will for your life. I hope that you come to the knowledge of the understanding of the fact that you cannot do anything without God, that you need him even to the minutest detail. I hope that this blesses your heart, and I hope that you keep living your life for his glory. Have a lovely weekend ahead. Bye.